hearts are pounding in Denver.
This is Something Something Broncos.
This one's for Pat. It is caught. Touchdown, Moses.
Elam's kick.
It is.
Down the sideline. Stokely. Wow.
Davis into the end zone, rocking, standing up.
Touchdown.
Denver's going to win. Bailey taken off. Oh, baby, they're going to win this thing.
Unbelievable.
Featuring
And here he is.
Mike DeSico and Jess Place.
Having the time of his life.
Welcome to Something Something Broncos.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Something Something Broncos. It's draft week. Everybody, it's draft week.
It's here.
Mike DeSico's here. Holy cow, Mike! Are you ready? Are you excited for the draft?
I am excited. I'm ready. I'm like a 25 mock draft a day person right now, maybe more. I'm just cycling through. I'm trading up. I'm trading down. I'm drafting linebackers. I'm drafting running backs. I've got my favorites. I'm excited. I love this. I love that our first round pick is going to probably make the Pro Bowl next year. And I'm just really happy. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Oh, man. You know, I was up for like 3 to 4 hours last night figuring it out. Like, I watched film. I got a notepad, and I started writing stuff down on that notepad.
On the notepad.
On the notepad with a pen.
No.
And it's not just any pen. It's a fountain pen because I'm a fancy guy. And
This is an ink, you're saying. This is not
actual
like
ink, my notes, from my eyes to my hands to your ears. Right here. Notepad.
Right. All right. Well, let's get started. We don't have a first round pick. We traded for Jalen Waddle. Our first pick is at number 62 in the second round, back half of the second round. Are the Broncos picking at number 62?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think they are?
Yes, they are. Unless they trade up. They could trade up, but I think they're picking at 62.
I'm going to take the opposite approach. I think they're more likely to trade down than up. I think the price to move up isn't necessarily going to be worth it unless, my God, this is their absolute guy. I like to think that he's going to move down to get more darts. The difference between a second round and a third round or fourth round player is not that big. I think he trades down. I think we don't pick till the third round.
We're already 3 minutes into the show, and we can't agree. My God, it's like great sports talk right here, guys. Like, I mean, you can't get this on terrestrial radio. No, you have to come to Something Broncos. Here's the thing with Aqib Talib and his little like hinting around and his little I know something you don't know. That has to be a trade up. It has to be a trade up if anything it happens at all. And Aqib Talib does not get out of bed for a trade down.
Does he get out of bed for trading for Kyle Pitts? Because that's the option C, that like we don't trade up, we don't trade down, we trade out of the draft entirely, and our two big draft picks, so to speak, are Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts. How does that make you feel?
I like the idea of Kyle Pitts as a fantasy owner of Kyle Pitts in the past. I am not a big fan of Kyle Pitts because he didn't exactly dazzle in any sort of capacity on fantasy football. But that was the Falcons and not this high-octane Sean Payton Broncos offense. So,
well, the thing about Kyle Pitts, if I'm going to compare him to anybody, it's an Evan Ingram type player.
A joker?
What could go wrong there? I think it's more likely that we trade for a veteran player than it is that we trade up. That said, that probably certainly means we're trading up. Is there anybody, who are your favorite prospects? Who's on your notepad that, hey, if the Broncos are trading up, I hope it's for this dude?
Okay, I've got a ranked order here. I put it in order. Like, never mind these like projections and rankings and all that. I just looked at who the mockers, Mike, sorry, I didn't look at your mock. I apologize.
I have
and who the mockers are like talking about. So, it's like, how do I feel about these people? I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, we had Chris on last week, and Chris was like, oh, you look at this guy, but not this guy. And so I took it to heart. He was like, look at this guy. And I looked.
You took it to heart.
I took it to Christopher Hart. That's
oh, my Lord.
No,
that's that report humor right there. It's a little insider.
Too much for me to bear. Right. So, yeah. Who do I really, of all the people, I like Eli Stowers. He looks like a Sean Payton tight end. Like he just looks good. And I'm not saying that just because Vanderbilt's colors are the same exact colors as the Saints. This is separate from just the color scheme. Okay, he's the Broncos coach now. He is. But a lot of people still, associate that whole headhunting thing with him and the Saints, but not us. Nope, he learned his lesson.
So here's the thing. I think you're right. I think Stowers, if they came out of the second round with Stowers, that's probably my first choice. But you're not getting me 62 is my guess. You're trading up to 40, 50-ish range. Is he worth giving up that capital? Would you rather stick at 62 and maybe get a defensive lineman and try to get like a Justin Jolly or Raridan from Notre Dame in the fourth round? How much is your love for this guy?
It depends on how they use it. Like if they use him like they used Evan Ingram last year, I'm not going to be very excited about giving up capital to go get him. Because they didn't really use Evan Ingram like they had threatened or promised or whatever with all this silly Joker talk. It was all a big ruse.
How should he be used to maximize his value so that Jess's blue ribbon guarantee superstar pick fulfills his destiny?
Okay, well, we have to look at recent history, right? Like who's the greatest tight end in recent history? And unfortunately, it's Julius Thomas.
Broncos tight end.
Yeah. So you kind of want to use them like that, in the end zone, get those touchdowns, get those hard to make catches, over the middle, the prototypical Daniel Graham, Sean Payton tight end role, because that's what he looks like. I mean, he looks big. And
Jimmy Graham or Daniel Graham, two very different players.
Now you're confusing me, Mike. What
did I say? You said Daniel Graham.
Jimmy.
He was a blocking tight end for the Broncos. And if that's who we're drafting in the second round, I don't want it.
No, you're right. It's Jimmy Graham. Okay. Right, I said Daniel Graham. Good God. And anyway, yes, no, Daniel Graham, his father played for the Broncos as well, right? So it's easy to get them confused, right? There's so many Grahams. Grahams aplenty, some would say. No, you knew who I was talking about.
Who else is on that list? Give me another name.
Another one on my list, the number 2. I like Anthony Hill Jr. I really liked what I saw of his, but from what I understand, he's a little more in demand. So he would be another one to possibly move up for.
Give me some of the bios. He's a linebacker. Where's he from? Why do you like him?
My first note, so fun. He was fun to watch. He was getting to the ball. He was tenacious, and he can see the play. Like he knows where to be, like when the ball carrier comes through, and that's something, linebacker out of Texas. I liked him. And most importantly, like he's a body slammer. He like wants it to hurt. Like every play, it seemed like he would be in danger of getting in trouble because he like suplexes everybody he tackles. So I liked that just from the standpoint of, sending a message to the ball carriers, like don't come this way.
That's what we talked about last year. We were hoping we were getting with Greenlaw. It's kind of that punch you in the mouth attitude. How about turning and running with those tight ends? Is he more just a come up and thump you in the run game, or can we get some coverage out of this guy? Because otherwise you're putting Singleton back in coverage. And no.
I will be honest. There wasn't a lot of him in coverage in the video that I watched. And so that makes me believe that he may struggle somewhat with that. But, the Broncos are the Broncos. They got a system. Maybe they can get something out of him. There's enough there. Like there is the want there. You can see it in his film. he wants to play and he wants it to hurt. And so I can't imagine any team in the league not wanting to get on board with that.
That I'm in favor of Anthony Hill. I like my linebackers like Al Wilson,
Yeah.
Just a little bit nasty, and don't come into where Al was living, because that's not going to go well for you. And we thought we had that with Greenlaw last year. I'm still really sad it didn't work out, but that's the past. The future is number 3 on your list. Who's number 3?
Number 3, Jadarian Price. And I was like, okay, I wasn't impressed. Like, I didn't have like that vibe to his highlights. Do you have a preference? Do you have anything to say on this?
Well, in the mock drafts, I do. If Jadarian Price is there, it's been hard for me to pass up. And I've usually passed him up only if Eli Stowers was there as well. He is, by all accounts, the second best back in the draft. He might even sneak into the late first, early second round. Or he could be there when we pick. He's a dynamic playmaker. I don't want to toss around Joker because I'm going to do that later.
No.
Yes, I am, baby. But he's a playmaker, and we don't have many playmakers on offense. And so if you can get somebody who, when the ball is in his hands, you sit up a little bit, you lean forward, that would be good, because we don't have that guy. We got Jalen Waddle now. But as we've seen with Evan Ingram and Russell Wilson and some of these other big acquisitions, maybe we wait and see a little bit there. I think he's going to be great, but, orange glasses I got on my face right here. So I'm in favor of people who are dynamic with the ball, and he's dynamic with the ball from everything I've seen.
Okay, so here are my concerns. Okay, Okay, so he is a returner, and he had like a super sick return against USC. Like that was a major piece of his highlight package, and it was awesome. It was great. So maybe there's something there that they can use. He definitely has an ability to get outside. Like he can bust it out and run. The problem is that it looks like he is not very fast once he gets outside. So
he's effortless.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of breakaway speed, and if he's getting run down in the college game, he's toast in the professional game. So, home runs without the speed is just hard to come by. So he's going to end up being a de facto short yardage back, and so at that point, it's like, well, who's better? Is it going to be RJ Harvey or this guy? Is it an upgrade? Is it the bruiser that we're going to get to replace J.K. Dobbins? I don't think he's that guy.
If I'm reading the tea leaves here, if Jadarian Price is on the board when we pick at 62, you might see about seeing if anybody wants to come up and get that guy and pick up some capital for later in the draft or even for next year, which, by all accounts, next year's draft is much better and deeper than this year's draft. I'm all in favor of picking up draft capital for next year, even if it's a third rounder.
Well, so that's the thing, right? Like they said that snaps are going to be hard to come by for this Broncos squad this year. And so maybe if that's the case, maybe you do. Maybe you punt, you defer next year. Like that draft is deeper, and you can get more contributors when you are going to actually need those contributors. So, that is a wise strategy, Mike. And I want to thank you on behalf of Broncos country for sharing that with us and the Denver Broncos themselves.
Yes. George, if you're listening, I have other thoughts. You have my number. Text me. We got this. Anybody else on that list? How about some meat in the middle? We lost John Franklin Myers. Surely there's somebody you want to fill in that role.
Well, okay. So people were talking about Caleb Banks, and
Caleb Banks from Florida, right?
Yeah, defensive tackle out of Florida. And so the color scheme's right, and and he probably has met Tim Tebow. So we're already off to a great start.
What about the fact that he keeps hurting his foot and it was actually broken during the Senior Bowl, the combine? What about health concerns there? Are you like the upside's just too high? He's worth it? Or are you thinking that's probably why he's available at 62?
Well, Broncos have taken risks on injured players and it's paid off. And then there's the ones that haven't paid off. So it's like, I don't know. It's a crapshoot. Like, is it worth spending a high pick on a guy whose foot is all crumbly, like feta cheese? I don't know. But so I like that, he was able to disrupt things. Like he's just kind of a chaos agent, but he's not a sack artist. He does get into the backfield, but once he's there, it doesn't look like much happens. It's not. He didn't generate a ton of sacks, and so it's interesting. He's a disruptor to the point where the other guys can clean it up, but you'd like to see him get home a little more.
Well, that's good. And when you have like Cooper and Zach Allen and Nick Benito, ain't nobody worried about Caleb Banks, so maybe he has those opportunities a little bit more here than he did at Florida. But honestly, if he's a disruptor and eating up a couple blocks and making it easier for Zach Allen or Benito or whatever to get to the quarterback, that's good too. So, yeah, he's one that I've seen available a lot. Do you have one Jake Golday or Golday? Maybe I'm pronouncing wrong. We're going to go with Golday. That's the official pronunciation of Something Something Broncos. The linebacker out of Cincinnati was it Josiah Trotter from Missouri, the linebacker. Any of those guys like you? Or they're like, there's Anthony Hill, and then there's a gap.
Yeah, and the gap is pretty substantial.
Okay.
I mean, I've already professed my love for Anthony Hill. Like I think I think he is just the bee's knees, Michael.
Bee's knees. Well,
That's right.
The other position that I think the Broncos need to consider, we lost PJ Locke. Brandon Jones was injured in a contract year, getting a safety. Probably the best one that's going to be available is an AJ Halsey, the safety from Louisiana State. Do you have any thoughts about going safety? Is that a position you'd be interested in? Is that more of like a veteran free agent in June type pickup, or do you like Devin Key?
Yeah, Devin Key is a guy. I mean,
AJ Halsey, he's been mocked to us several times.
Well, I didn't see it in my research, so I'm sure he's magnificent. What do you know? Sell me on him. I want to hear all about him because I don't know anything.
He's a safety and he's good at playing football.
He catches the ball when it's thrown his way.
He will hit people and also the ball to prevent catches by the opposing team.
I like that in my football players, especially at safety.
Right. I don't know much about him because I'm not some like film nerd like you are.
Oh, I'm such a film nerd. Yeah.
I'm just a simple Broncos fan trying to do the best he can. I just see him getting mocked there. Safety is a position of need. Let me ask you some other questions. Do you think this player that we draft needs to be a contribute now player? Or what if they drafted a offensive tackle that might be a next year contributor type player? Like we talked earlier, it's hard to find a player who's necessarily going to walk in and immediately be a starter. But you want to see some contribution, especially after Barron's minimal contribution last year. Or are you okay if they're like, this is a next year guy, this is a project guy, but the talent's there. We just got to coach him up.
I'm all for it. Let's go for it. Like they said, snaps are going to be hard to come by. So start stocking the shelves, get that cupboard full while you can. This is an opportunity for that. I mean, especially with Bo Nix's contract being what it is this year, this might be the last year. It's that rookie contract. So do it now, guys. Like stock the cupboard.
What's your thought on the BPA, best player available? I've done some mocks, and sometimes there's been like a highly rated cornerback that falls. Like people who are ranked in the top 30 for whatever reason, they fall into me in mock drafts before. Do you take the best talent for this team? Or are you saying we got to get the best linebacker, we got to get the best defensive lineman, we got to get the best safety, we got to get the best tight end? How do you approach the draft philosophically?
I just think that the Broncos are pretty disciplined when it comes to their board. I don't think that they regularly are like, oh, look at this, we could go this way or we could go that way. I think that they have a defined plan, and when the board falls A, B, C, they know D, E, F. Like they know exactly where they're gonna go, and so that's why I think that like if they make a move, they're gonna move up as opposed to moving down like you were saying, which was wrong. You're just wrong.
Yeah, that was bad move by me. So I have a little draft crush, like a day 3 draft crush. Is there any like of those like hidden gems that you think like if the Broncos come away with like Justin Jolly, tight end with North Carolina State, might be the 4th, 5th tight end off the board, but I really like the guy. Jonah Coleman might be the 4th or 5th running back from Washington, but I really like the guy. Anybody in there like that? By the way, Dominique Orange, defensive tackle. Come on. A Bronco jersey with orange on the back? I mean, come on.
The money prints itself, doesn't it, Mike?
Right. Oh, and I want to go back to actually something you said about Jadarian Price, because my guy here that I'm going to tell you about, he's a good returner. And I was listening to Andrew Mason the other day, and he was talking about how some of the kickoff changes are like trying to get more returns. And you have Marvin Mims back there, all pro, but what did teams do? They kicked it to Bidet or McLaughlin. And so getting a Jadarian Price or somebody back there to have 2 dynamic returners where they have to kick it to one of them could be a huge, huge weapon with the way they're hoping the rules shake out with more returns in the kickoff game.
Well, like I said, if you haven't seen the return against USC, I urge you, like go to the YouTubes, subscribe to Mile High Broncos, our YouTube channel there. It's very exciting. We just launched it. It's gonna be amazing. Just make sure you get the right one. It's the same address as our Twitter account at MH Broncos Pods. Plural Broncos, plural pods, and subscribe, because Mike and I are over there having a good time. Somos Broncos, Dublin to Denver, like the whole crew. We got the whole crew over there. So come hang out, check it out. And while you're there, check out this return from Jadarian against USC. It's something to behold, and that young man should be very proud of his accomplishment that day.
All righty. So I want to give you my player that I hope the Broncos draft. When I do these mock drafts, like, you can tell me like which player have you drafted the most. This is the guy I draft the most. I will trade up to get this guy. I've seen him mock to the Broncos a couple of times. I've seen him go as early as the 4th round and as late as the 7th round. You know who I'm talking about, right?
No, I have no idea. Surprise me.
Eli Heidenreich. He's a wide receiver, running back, hybrid from Navy. He's just got Sean Payton Joker written all over him. He runs the ball out of the backfield. He catches the ball. He's a special teams player. He just, like you're talking about, Eli Stowers is just that Sean Payton guy. Eli, 2 Eli's, baby, double up on the Eli.
Double Eli.
Double Eli. Because somebody's going to be out there yelling, I got Eli. And this guy's going to be like, wait, I thought I did. Confusion reigns, Jess.
Oh, I like that. But
yes,
what if they start using like an initial for like the last name? Then we're screwed.
But then that slows them down, because it takes extra time to say, I have Eli H. And that time when you say H, that matters in the NFL, okay?
Yeah. It's true. I mean, it's a game of seconds, of inches.
Fractions of a second.
Death by a million cuts, right?
Yeah, he's described as like this a Swiss Army knife type player, like a poor man's Christian McCaffrey type thing, that he can run the ball and catch the ball with equal ability. He's got that agility. He had an elite 3-cone drill, for example, Jess. Elite 3-cone drill.
As cone drills go, the 3-cone drill is the most difficult.
That's the most difficult. That's the one you want to see. But he's kind of,
there's 3 cones. There's 3 cones, Mike. You got 2.
No. You and I can do a 2-cone drill as well as anybody. You add that 3rd cone, and you weed out all the schmucks.
That's right. Well, you should see my 1-cone drill. It's pretty good. I just walk out and sit on it. Just bend that sucker right over.
As long as it's bending over, not disappearing.
Mike, you took something wholesome and you made it kind of grody. Now I don't know how to feel about myself. That's
what I thought you were going for here, pal. He's
a
200-pound weapon. He's one of those guys where you want to find a way to get the ball in his hands, and good things will happen. You could say, well, we have kind of a similar thing maybe with Marvin Mims. Kind of do, but he loves those types of players. Eli Heidenreich, that's the guy I want. Everybody also says he just feels like a New England Patriot, got that Patriot vibe to him. So I don't hold that against him. But if I could come out of the draft with like that one guy where I'm like, ooh, I like this, that's my guy. I want that guy.
That guy, Heidenreich.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just a playmaker, man.
He would be fun to yell for it, like if he's running down the. Can you? Right? Like I could get behind that in a big way.
Plus, with Eli Stowers and Eli Heidenreich. I mean, come on, man.
Oh my God. It's an embarrassment of Eli's.
Oh. I'm gonna get a jersey that says Eli on it, and that'll be just
Eli. Yeah. So all right, I have a question because you were posing. You were saying the Patriot way, the Sean Payton prototypical player. Isn't it funny that like when you say that, like I know what you mean, our listeners know what you mean. Especially when you say like Patriot or Broncos, there is a clear difference. And so what does that mean, Mike? Like for you, like what does that mean? Like it is a Sean Payton Bronco prototype. Like what is like? How do you quantify that? Is it possible to quantify that, or is it just something you see?
You can line up in multiple spots. He can line up in the backfield. He can line up in the slot. He can line up out wide. He can be played on the special teams. He's a guy that you don't have to feed the ball to 20 times a game to get a big play out of. He's just a competitor. He's a scrappy little dude. He just it's that vibe when you know. I feel this guy is it. He's just a weapon. He goes out there. He'll catch the ball. He'll run the ball. He'll make plays. We need
So you took that literally about the player that you were talking about. I'm actually just saying in general, like what is like that Broncos like brand, just like generic player. Like you're like this is the prototypical player that the Broncos would like.
Well, there was a story I was reading about it, I think, on The Athletic this morning, and that's a high character guy. That's a guy that when the bullets are whizzing, doesn't panic. That's one of the reasons they like Bo Nix. That guy is calm. That guy is cool. He has a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't get in trouble. They're not signing, like we talked about last week, the Dale Carters anymore, the Daryl Gardners anymore, the who was that? Pac-Man Joe.
The Jimmy Grahams.
Jimmy Graham. We're not trying to Pac-Man Jones anymore. We're signing high character type guys. That to me is a Bronco player. I think they want to try to find somebody on offense who creates mismatches. I mean, everybody does. That's not anything new. But I think if I had to pick anything, it would be a character type thing. Your PS2s, your Bo Nixes, players like that who are leaders, who are steady, who aren't going to get in trouble off the field. That's a Broncos player to me. What about you?
I like that. That's a very wholesome view, and I
think it matters. I think it matters if you show up every day and work hard and lead. That matters more than like, well, JJ McCarthy, he's got that dazzling arm, But what's he going to do when the bullets are flying around his head? We know what Bo Nix will.
So I hear your description, and I think you're like can play anywhere, and I hear those terms, and it's just like it makes me think of like Carl Mecklenburg and like how he just played everywhere, right, wherever he was needed. It was like the lunchbox approach. Like I'll you pay me to do a job, tell me where to stand, and I'll do it. I think there's a lot of I give you a lot of credit for that. Like I think that is the Bronco ethos. Just like if you're a tight end, you're going to be a big bruiser, and you gotta score touchdowns. Like it's been a while since we've had that. Julius Thomas I mentioned earlier, but Shannon Sharp cast the prototype of what we expect from tight ends who are offensive playmakers, and we haven't had it in a long time. Those are the expectations. And thankfully Sean Payton believes in a playmaking tight end, and so he's looking for it, and I think we might get it. Maybe not in the draft, maybe through trade, but it's clear that they're working that direction.
Yeah, and there's another name, Sam Laporta, the tight end from Detroit, has been floated as a possibility. What's your opinion? Would you rather have Kyle Pitts? You know who you're going to get there. Maybe the ceiling isn't as high as it was because when he came out, it was the 5th overall pick, and people thought this is a generational talent. He's been good, but not the hype. Or would you rather roll those dice on the possibility of what Eli Stowers could be, where there might be a lower floor there, but the higher ceiling, whereas Kyle Pitts, you pretty much know exactly what you're going to get. What's your level of risk there?
Well, like I said, I am not a huge fan of Kyle Pitts, but there is a chance he could do well for the Broncos. I don't know. It's like, can he conform to the system and be the guy that everyone thinks he can be? Because maybe Atlanta may not have the best system. Just going out on a limb here. I know, shocking, right?
Couldn't unlock him,
but I really liked what I saw of Stowers. I think he might be that guy, like they're just like his film just looked like, he's a big dude, holds onto the ball, makes the catches. It just, that's the Bronco tight end that we miss and need,
Right.
I would say, I would go for the unknown talent in the draft over Kyle Pitts, who is a fantasy.
Here's my thought. Stowers, if he falls to me, I'm taking him. I'm not sure if we trade up to get him, because I think some of this, your Oscar Delps, your Max Clairs, Justin Jollies, Texas has a good little tight end. He's bigger than me. I think there's good tight ends we can get in the 4th round, where I probably hold on to my resources and get like a Justin Jolly and a Jadarian Price over Justin Eli Stowers. But if he's there, I write that name down and I run it up to the stage so quick it makes your head spin.
Okay, so we're in agreement, right? Eli Stowers, that's our guy.
I would be. I don't think he'll be there 62. I just don't think he'll be there 62.
I know, but I think they might go get him. That's that. I liked it enough that I was just like, go get him. So we'll see.
The other 2 players that have been mentioned a lot that the Broncos could like, we need an inside linebacker badly, are CJ Allen and Jacob Rodriguez. They were, when we were picking 30, both very much in play. I haven't seen a mock draft. I've done hundreds of mock drafts. I think CJ Allen's dropped to me maybe once or twice. Jacob Rodriguez, never. How much are you willing to spend to go up? Would you trade like the 2nd rounder and a 3rd rounder next year to go up and get a guy? Is there a guy there that you're like, oh, I got to have this guy? What if Kenyon Sadiq is sitting there at 30, the consensus number 1 overall tight end? Are you a push your chips into the center of the table and go get that guy? Or we've been spending a lot of draft capital lately on your Waddles, your Russell Wilson, your Sean Paytons, et cetera, et cetera. Would you rather hold on to that?
It's hard to hypothesize like, oh, would I be willing to get rid of like next year's 3rd and 4th and this year's 5th for, moving up 4 spots? It's tough to kind of get into those weeds, but if they have a shot to go get him and the price is right, I mean, that's a key factor. You can't mortgage the future of next year's draft when, like you said, it's going to be deeper. Then you go get him. You go get him.
Is there a guy for you that you would do that for?
No, I'm not putting thankfully I'm not the Broncos, so I don't have to put myself out there like that. I just get to sit back and ridicule them when they mess up.
As if they're going to mess up.
No, they don't do that in the draft. They don't have a long storied history of just blowing draft after draft after draft, but not this regime. So.
I think they'll make. I trust George Payton more than I've trusted any other Broncos regime. I think they're going to do a good job. But you know what? It's Wednesday. The draft starts in about 24 hours. Give me your final thought.
Final thought. The Broncos don't have a 1st round pick. that's a major bummer, especially for recent history where we haven't had first round picks. But you know what? The Broncos may not need a first round pick because they got Jalen Waddle. And they're going to look for those pieces that put this team over the top this season or set the stage for next season. It's forward thinking. This regime has been in place for a while. Broncos country, I think we're in good hands. I'm excited to see which way the Broncos go on Thursday.
It's going to be great. I think it's more likely they don't pick in the second round. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who's right. Does Jess say they trade up? Do I say they trade down? Let's see. I can't wait to find out. Chicken pot pie.